Thank you so much, Stella Kane. That was absolutely beautiful. And we're going to jump right back into the speakers again now. So next up we have Oz. Oz is a member of both Equal Voices WA, formerly Christians with Pride Perth, and Ending Conversion Practices WA. They are a survivor of conversion practices and a long-term advocate of queer rights. Oz worked for WAAC as the Freedom Centre Coordinator and in community development / support more broadly. They will share stories and hopes with the intention of encouraging non-violent direct action. Please welcome Oz.
Sweet. Is that okay? I think this one's fine. It looks like it's
You've got to get right into it.
right into it. Okay. Right on it. Kaya Wanju folks, hello and welcome in, and thank you to Oscar for our acknowledgement. And thanks to Queer Liberation Boorloo for including my voice today. What a beautiful day for a rally, hey? Stunning out here. I'm glad it hasn't rained yet. So a little bit of crowd work to start us off. Throughout the course of my reflection today, I encourage you to be as vocal as you like when the spirit moves you. But especially if you hear me say, we say, then you shout, shame. And I really want to encourage you to put some queer rage into that shit, okay? So get it out. Let's practice. We say shame. We say shame. We say shame. Nice, hell yeah. So, who or what am I and why am I rallying for our rights? Great question, and thanks for asking. Bless you. Hi folks, my name's Nathaniel, or Oz, whichever is easier for you to remember or pronounce. My pronouns are they, them, and I work nowadays largely in spiritual and emotional care, mostly in hospitals, with very sick or dying people and the people around them, like loved ones and staff. I'm queer and I'm Christian, which is a weird mix. I spend a lot of my time working with folks, exploring what gives their lives meaning and purpose through what they're going through. So I wonder, what gives your life meaning and purpose? Most folks don't respond with God or spirituality. Instead, they say things like family and friends and community give their lives meaning and purpose. Arguably, in our queer mob, we are all three. We are family, we are friends, and we are community. So that's why this issue cuts hard and deep for us. The failure of the WA Labour Party to follow through on their election promises to us cuts to the heart of what keeps us safe. So to Premier Roger Cook, as their leader especially, we say shame! We are calling the WA Labour Party to get off their asses while they have a double majority, but instead they're scared because legislating on social policy is a gamble when you want to get re-elected, so we say shame! Amen. For me, this failure cuts to the bones of my faith and lived experience. Part of the legislative packet is criminalising conversion practices. In my baby queer era, I was exposed to conversion practices. People I loved and trusted would sit with me and inflict shame and guilt to try and make me change. It wasn't conversion therapy because what they were doing was by no means therapeutic, and to suggest that undermines the work of real therapists doing real therapy. I've got to tell you, it doesn't look like what you see on TV these days in terms of camps and group work. No, they got savvy, so now they isolate you in catch-ups over coffee, often in a ratio of 2 to 1. The tactics now are coercive control, manipulation. It's the withholding of affection and then love bombing you when you do what they want. It's spiritual abuse by the use of prayer and other spiritual disciplines as weapons. It's the turning of a faith built on love and non-violence into a rule book for guilt and judgment. It's leading through fear, which Jesus tells us at least, that is the opposite of love. So to all those out there from any walk of faith trying to convert our queer family into something they are not by inflicting only harm, we say shame! So it broke my heart as the coordinator of Freedom Centre 5 years ago to learn that this shit is still going on. To our little queer kids and to the rest of our family. And that WA has since become the place people send their kids to get converted to. It's disgusting.
Shame!
It needs to be criminalised yesterday. Ending Conversion Practices has been working with Brave Network in Victoria for 5 years now. We've been lobbying and talking to politicians for 3 years. WA Labour Party, bring us up to speed with most other states in Australia. To your failures to date, we say shame!
Shame!
The primary message I want to convey here as a member of both Equal Voices WA and Ending Conversion Practices WA is that for the safety of our queer community is paramount. I am not their spokesperson, but we here, we gathered, demand change. We demand follow through from our democratically elected officials, and that if they continue to fail us, then we say, shame! Hell yeah. Just for the peace of mind, I want you to know that in every faith organisation across Australia, there are safe places and people for you. For example, we know that from the postal survey that over 70% of Australian Christians voted yes to marriage equality. I dare say, without confirmation or sources, those stats are pretty much the same across faith groups in Australia. But you don't hear or learn about that because popular media likes to stage a fight, and the fringe minority fundamentalists are great for a polarising opinion. And if that's all you see, that's all you think that faith communities are. I have queer mates in most religions you can think of and some you can't. And those queer mates need to be kept safe, just like you and me in our communities need to feel safe and welcomed. And that's what this package of legislation should achieve. To the very fact that we have to be here, that we have to be doing this, we say, shame! To Roger Cook, we say, shame! To the WA Labor Party and all their failures and insincere hand-wringing, we say, shame! To every one of their elected officials, and I'm not going to go through all their names because I only have 5 minutes, but we say, shame! Mobilise for non-violent action, folks. Tap into the civil rights movement that bore our movement. Get a crew together for a sit-in at your elected officials' offices, a crew for picketing their offices, or devise some other non-violent action. Make sure you do the training, that you make a plan, that you commit to the work, and that you stay disciplined. Start by booking a meeting with your elected official one-on-one, and make sure you get in their face and you tell them that we say, shame! Thank you for having me. Thank you for hearing me. Love you, love yourselves, and your spirits. Make good choices.